As a devoted gamer, David was always looking for new experiences to enhance his gaming sessions. So when he heard about a new virtual reality headset that promised to immerse him in his favorite games like never before, he was eager to try it out. David ordered the headset online and eagerly waited for it to arrive. When it finally did, he wasted no time setting it up and diving into his favorite game. At first, everything was amazing. The graphics were stunning, and the sound effects made him feel like he was really inside the game. But then, something strange began to happen. As David played, he started to notice small glitches in the game's graphics. At first, they were barely noticeable, but as he played on, they became more frequent and more severe. The sound effects, too, began to take on an eerie quality. David felt like he was being watched, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. One night, as he was playing a particularly intense game, David suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. He looked around, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. Then, he heard a faint whispering in his ear. He couldn't make out what it was saying, but he knew it was there. David quickly took off the headset and sat in silence for a moment. He was scared, but he didn't know why. It was just a game, after all. The next night, David decided to try the headset again. He told himself that it was just his imagination playing tricks on him and that there was nothing to be afraid of. But as soon as he put the headset on, he knew he had made a mistake. The glitches were back, and this time they were even more severe. The sound effects were distorted, and the once beautiful graphics had turned into a nightmarish landscape. David tried to take the headset off, but it wouldn't budge. It was as if it had become fused to his head. Panic set in as David realized he was trapped inside the game. He tried to call out for help, but his voice wouldn't work. He was completely alone. As the game went on, the glitches grew worse and worse. David felt like he was losing his mind. He was trapped inside a virtual nightmare, with no way out. Days turned into weeks, and David's family and friends became increasingly worried about his sudden disappearance. They searched for him everywhere, but he was nowhere to be found. Finally, after months of searching, David's family found his lifeless body in his bedroom. The VR headset was still fused to his head, and the game was still running on the screen. No one knows what really happened to David, but rumors began to spread that the game he was playing was haunted by the ghost of a former player who had died while playing it. Some say that if you listen closely, you can still hear David's ghostly whispers coming from the headset, warning others to stay away from the haunted VR headset. And so, the headset remains a cursed object that no one dares to touch. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the line between the virtual world and the real world is thinner than we think.